Hey guys, so for today's video I'm going to be doing a everyday simple makeup tutorial. The face is still what I would do if I'm doing a dramatic eye, but the eyes are just super simple and great for school or work or just running errands or on a day where you don't want to be super dramatic. And yeah, if you guys want to know how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to start on my face today. I think I'm going to do my primer, foundation, concealer, and then probably go to the eyes before I do the rest of the face, but we'll kind of see how it goes. So the first primer I'm going to be using is the Becca Cosmetics liquid highlighter in the shade Moonstone. I love this so much. Just going to take a small amount, do just a tiny dot on my fingers. And I'm gonna kind of put it like where I would normally put like just a normal highlighter. Really focusing it on the cheeks. And then whatever I have left, like on my fingers, I'm just gonna put up on the temples. So I just went ahead and put my hair up just so it's out of my face because it's a little bit easier to do my makeup that way. I'm going to take this primer from Smashbox as well. This is their hydrating primer. I'm just taking this one and kind of using it more as like a moisturizer. Just because my face does feel pretty dry at the moment. And now I'm taking this primer from Makeup Forever. This is their Step 1 Skin Equalizer, and this is the smoothing one. And for this one, I just like to take it more in the T-zone. So just like around my nose, and then whatever's left on my hands I just take down to the chin and then a little bit on the forehead. Alright, now I'm going to move on to my foundation. This one is from NARS. It's their Sheer Glow foundation. And I have mine in the shade Gobi, which is a tad too yellow for me, but I'm just going to make it work. I just like to pour it on the back of my hand and then use my beauty blender to apply it. This is damp, by the way. And then I squeeze any excess water out of it. Alright, and then for concealer, I'm actually going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have the shade Vanilla. And I'm actually going to start on my eyelids just to prime them and cover up any redness that I may have on my eyes. A lot of people say this NARS concealer is like a dupe for the Maybelline Fit Me, which, I mean, I think they're close in formula, but I think the NARS one has a little bit more coverage, and the shade range on the Maybelline concealers is not as great as NARS. And also I think the Maybelline one is a bit more watery, which is probably why it's a little bit more sheer. Alright, and then to set those eyelids really quick, I'm going to take this ColourPop powder. This is their No Filter Translucent Setting Powder. Alright, and then actually before I move on to my under eyes, I'm going to spot conceal a little bit. I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Neutral. I've been breaking out a little bit, so I'm just going to cover those up, and then wherever I have any redness that foundation didn't cover very well. And I'm just going to tap all that out with a beauty blender. Now I'm taking another Tarte Shape Tape, but this one's in the shade Fair Neutral. I like to use this shade more for my under eyes and for highlighting. So really get up in there in the inner corner and then bring it straight down. Like so, and then I just go ahead and drag it out. Like so, and then I'll just do down my nose as well. On my chin. Under my nose, and then on top of my cupid's bow, and then I'll just do a little bit on the forehead just to brighten up that spot as well. And then I'm going to take a beauty blender again, And then I'm going to set my under eyes also with that ColourPop No Filter powder. I'm going to take a little bit of that powder on my forehead as well, because my forehead does tend to crease a little bit. And then around my nose where I get more oily. And then to set my face, I'm going to take another powder from ColourPop. This one is just a pressed powder from them. This is their No Filter. And I'm going to take this pressed powder on a Moda Cosmetics brush and just kind of tap it everywhere. Okay, now that everything is set, I think I'm gonna do my eyebrows next. But I know for my first tutorial, I basically do the same thing. I'll just show you what I use really quick. So first I like to start out with the Dip Brow from Anastasia. This one's in the shade Soft Brown. And then sometimes if I need a little bit more precision, I'll take this by Anastasia as well. This is their Brow Wiz in the shade Soft Brown as well. And then I don't really have like a huge problem with my brows lasting or coming off throughout the day, but I do like to use this sometimes from Benefit. This is their 3D Brow Tones mascara. It just kind of acts like a brow gel, but also kind of gives the brows a little bit of highlight and just a tad bit of volume, so I really like this as well. Alright guys, I'm back and I have my brows done. I feel like they're a little bit more bold than I wanted them to be today, but we're just gonna go with it. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is do like my contour and everything. So for a little bit of bronzer today, I'm gonna take the Hoola bronzer from Benefit, and I'm just gonna take it on a little Morphe brush. It's like a flat top, like rounded brush. Stamp a little bit on at first because this is so pigmented. And then I'm going to take an M530 brush from Morphe as well. This is a little bit of more of a fluffy brush. I love this for contour because it's like the perfect size. And I'm just going to start to blend out that Hoola bronzer a little bit. I didn't pick up any more product on this brush. And I'm just going to take what's ever left on that first brush we used and bring it up onto the temples. I'm going to bring a little bit down onto the jaw as well, and then just blend it out onto the neck just so everything matches. Next I'm going to take this guy from Marc Jacobs. This is their Omega Bronze in 104 Tantastic. Just looks like this. You get a huge pan. I love this bronzer too. It's so nice. And I'm just going to take that rounded brush again. Alright, now I'm going to move on to blush actually. I'm going to take a Morphe M435 brush. I love this brush for blush. It's super perfect for me. And I'm going to take this blush from Wet n Wild. This is the Apricot in the Middle blush. This blush is so pretty. I love it. It's like super peachy and it has a little bit of shimmer in there. Actually, you can kind of tell how that kind of gave me like a nice glow. This is a great blush for the summertime and it's so affordable. I love Wet n Wild so much because most of their stuff is like good quality but at like such a low price point. Just bringing in the blush a little bit, dabbing a little bit on the nose because why not? And then for highlighter, you guessed it, Champagne Pop from Becca Cosmetics. This is what it looks like. It's so pretty. And I'm going to take that highlighter on just a e.l.f. Cosmetics fan brush. And I'm just going to start on the cheeks. This highlight is so pretty. I really hope that the camera's picking it up. I think it is though. Yes. And then I just like to take it up here as well. Bring it all the way onto the temple and then up to the hairline. Now I'm going to take this highlighter from Kylie Cosmetics. This is one of her loose highlighters in Santorini. This highlight is so blinding that all you really need is just to dip your brush like in the cap. And for this one, I'm going to be using a Morphe M501. And I just dip the very tip of the brush in there. Ooh. Super blinding, these highlights from Kylie. I love them. They just look like super wet and glossy on the cheeks. It's so pretty, and they're not like chunky or anything, which is super nice. And then I'm going to take that highlight on a Morphe 224 brush as well. And I'm just going to be putting it just right under the brow bone. When I do eyeshadow, I always highlight the brow bone before I do my eyeshadow, and then sometimes I'll go back in after just to really make it pop. My inner corner as well, because our eyeshadow is just going to be really simple, like everyday look that you can wear to like school or work or just to like run out errands. So for my eyeshadow, I'm going to take one of these palettes from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collab from the Vault collection. This one is like the really warm toned, like more orangey one. And one of the shadows, I dropped it and one of the shadows came undone. But you guys get the picture. This one's so pretty. I forget what the name of like each of them are, but this is like one of my favorite ones. This is what I'm going to be using today to get a really like natural eye look. Alright, so I'm just going to zoom you guys in a bit. And starting out, I'm going to take this brush from Morphe. It's the 433. Which is a nice little blending brush. And I'm going to start out with this shade right here. And that shade is called Rush. And I'm just going to throw this into the crease. And then taking that same color that we just put in the crease, I'm going to take it on a M431 from Morphe as well. And I'm just going to put it underneath. Just right by my eyelashes. And then I'm just going to take a Morphe M518 brush. I'm just going to pick up this shade Alert. And I only dipped my brush in it one time. So I didn't want like a lot of pigment on there. Just enough. And I'm going to go back in with that first brush that we used. And I'm just going to blend it into that first color Rush. Alright, and then sometimes I will go and put like a light shimmery color on the lid, like a really light gold, but today I'm just going to leave the lid blank and just have that matte orangey and warm toned shades on the outer corner. So I'm just going to move on to my eyeliner and my mascara. For the eyeliner, I'm taking this one from Marc Jacobs. This is their Highliner Gel Eye Crayon, and this one is just in the black shade. Just going to be tight lining with it. That way my upper lashes just look a tad thicker. And I did put it in the waterline as well. For my mascara, I'm going to be using this one from Essence. This is their Sculpted Volume Mascara. I'm going to put this one on the bottom lashes as well. And then I'm going to go back in with the Kylie Cosmetics Loose Highlight in Santorini. Just going to put it in the inner corner again, just to really brighten it up. Alright, now I'm going to take this lip liner from ColourPop instead. This one is the shade Skimpy. This one is from MAC. It's called the Pink Print. It was from the Nicki Minaj collection. We'll see how this lipstick looks on top. Alright guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button down below and the bell to be notified for my future videos. And leave a comment down below requesting any future videos and what you guys want to see from me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!